Alright. So magandang araw, good morning. Good afternoon pala, rather. So hapon pala yung klase natin. So our topic for this week, we have three topics pero unahin muna natin itong relative motion of two particles using translating axis. So in this case, the observer naman is also in motion. So nasanay tayo sa ating kinematics na yung ating mga observer or we measure the velocity of the particle doon lang sa single reference point. Okay? Meron lang tayong isang point kung saan doon natin nire-refer lahat ng property of motions. So pagdating dito, yung ating respective point or yung ating reference point is also moving. So for example, yeah. So for example, meron tayong dalawang players, si player A and si player B. So dito si player B. Okay? So naglalaro sila ng catch or saluhan ng bola. Si player A, initchan niya yung bola on this direction. Okay? So, nung initchan ni player A yung bola, meron niyang velocity, the ball. Okay? So, let's say that is the velocity of the ball. Okay? So, ang goal ni B is to catch that ball at an instant or sa mas mabilis. Therefore, ang gagawin niya is i-observe niya yung velocity ng ball and then i-anticipate niya kung saan sila pwedeng mag-meet. So, for example, ganito. This is your velocity of the player B. Okay? So, ang ginagawa ni B while traveling or while running on this direction is ina-anticipate niya. Ino-observe niya kung ano yung velocity ng ball. Okay? And the velocity of ball with respect to A is this. Okay? But the velocity of ball with respect to B is not equal to this B sub ball. Okay? That is the velocity of ball with respect to B. Okay? That is the velocity of this ball kapag tinitingnan ni B. Okay? So, balikan natin. Ulitin natin yung discussion para mas maintindihan. Okay. So, ganito. Meron tayong level ground, for example. Another example lang. Tapos, meron tayong cannon or catapult. Kung may catapult tayo, ganyan na lang, simplihan natin. So, ang gagawin ng catapult na to, mag-i-hit siya or magto-throw ng projectile. Ayan. So, say ganyan yung projectile. Ngayon, we all know, nung nag-throw to ng projectile, meron niyang velocity O, or the velocity of the projectile. Okay? So, sabihin natin na meron tayong cart. So, ganyan yung cart. Tapos, may humihilang sasakyan, and this cart is traveling on this direction para makatch niya yung bola dito. Okay? While doing this, so if this is the velocity of the projectile and this is the velocity of the cart, okay? So, ang gagawin nung rider ng cart is to observe the velocity of the projectile. And then the velocity of the projectile as observed on this point, say A, is not equal to the velocity observed velocity of the cart. Okay? So, hindi pareho yung velocity na nakikita ni A at yung velocity na nakikita ni C. Although same object, the projectile, pero since si BC is also moving, therefore, hindi na pareho yung nakikita nilang velocity. Probably, kasi ito ay gumagalaw din, mas mabagal. Diba? So, yun yung nakikita natin. Right? Now, to solve this, ang ginagawa natin, if BC is our observer and then the particle moving or the particle being observed is the projectile, we assign another axis. If this is your true axis, xy, we assign an axis to the observer, x prime, y prime. Okay? Or, in vector form, that would be I component and j component. So, I believe na i-discuss sa inyo sa statics yung vectors, the I, j, k components. Okay? So, ito yung gagamitin nating method para ma-solve yung mga ganitong problem. We will draw first an imaginary or another translating axis on the observer. Again, sa observer tayo naglalagay ng translating axis. Okay? And then from there, we have several relationship. Okay? So, for position, the position of the particle B, which is the particle being observed, is equivalent to the particle or the position of that observer plus the position of the particle with respect to the observer as seen by the observer. Okay? Ulitin natin ha. For the position, okay? The position of the particle B from a fixed observer, from a fixed reference point, in our case, andito yung fixed reference point natin, yung hindi gumagalaw, okay? So, the position of the particle B with respect to the position, with the fixed observer is equivalent to the position of the observer with respect to the fixed point, okay? Plus the position of the particle with respect to the position of the observer. Okay? For the velocity, we have the velocity of the particle equivalent to the velocity of the observer plus the velocity of the particle with respect to the observer A. Okay? For acceleration, the acceleration of the particle B is equivalent to acceleration of the observer plus the acceleration of the particle with respect to the observer. So, if you can see here, although the axis dito is nakakalito, no? So, susundin na lang natin yung x, y, i, j. So, yan, para mas madali, para meron tayong common axis. Yan yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, yung observer is meron siyang separate axis. Tapos, meron din tayong axis from our fixed point. So, if we have, if the particle is moving on a curvilinear motion, so, for example, nagta-travel yung car along a curve, therefore, magkakaroon din tayo ng components of acceleration in normal and tangential. Okay? So, this is the application of nung mga topic na na-discuss natin before. So, for example, problem number 1 dito, sabi niya, a train travels at a constant speed of 60 miles per hour and crosses over a road as shown in the figure 12-43A. If the automotive A is traveling at 45 miles per hour along the road, determine the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the train relative to the automobile. So, sabi dito, relative to the automobile. Ang hinahanap sa atin is the velocity of the train relative to the automobile. So, ang hinahanap sa atin is the velocity of train relative doon sa ating car A. Okay? Kung si car A pala yung observer natin, therefore, yung translating axis is ilalagay natin sa kanya. Okay? Same pa rin, you have the horizontal and then the vertical component. Okay? So, this will be your I and this will be your J. Now, the motion of the train ngayon is i-describe natin using this axis. Okay? So, solve natin. I-copy natin yung figure. Ipit na lang natin. Ayan. Okay? So, the question is to determine the velocity of the train relative to the automobile. Okay? So, the velocity VB, from our relationship before, the velocity of the train is equivalent sa velocity of the car A plus the velocity of the train with respect to car A. Okay? So, as you can see here, hindi nagta-travel on the same direction. So, the velocity of the car A has a horizontal component and a vertical component. Okay? But the velocity of the train is only along the horizontal. So if we want to write this in vector form, okay, so the velocity of the train is equivalent to 60, and this axis right here is I, and this axis right here is J. So we write the component of the axis similar with the UNT, kung paano natin isinulat yung UNT sa ating curvilinear motion, ganun din natin ilalagay dito, I and J. So si I and J denotes the direction. So instead of writing X and Y, we use I and J. Okay? And that would be equivalent, okay? If we want to describe the velocity of A, that would be, okay? So if this is 45 degrees, that would be VA 45 cosine 45 degrees I, which is the horizontal component, plus 45 sine 45J, which is the vertical component, plus yung ating unknown velocity of the train with respect to A. So as you can see here, meron tayong I and J. So ang ginagawa natin is to combine like terms. Okay? So kung meron kayong parehong I, pagsasamahin natin sila. Okay? So pagsamahin natin lahat ng I, that would be 60I by transposition. Bakit may minus? 60I. Okay, pag itinranspose ko doon, magiging negative 45 cosine 45I. And then we have for J, which is 45 sine 45J. Okay, the velocity of the train with respect to A is equivalent to 60 minus 45 cosine 45. That would be 28.18 I plus 45 sine 45. 31.82. 82. Okay? This is now the components of the velocity of the train with respect to A, but in vector form. If we want to get the velocity of the train with respect to the observer A, that would be the square root of 28.18 squared plus 31.82 squared. And that would be 42.5 miles per hour. Okay? Ito ngayon, yung velocity nung nung train rather, habang pinapanood siya ni A. Okay? Doon sa perspective ni A. Okay? So, the velocity of 60 miles per hour is the velocity of the train with respect to a fixed observer's point. And the 42.5 miles per hour is the velocity of the train with respect to the moving vehicle A. Okay? Now, ang pangalawang tanong sa atin is to determine the direction of the velocity. Kung direction naman ngayon ng velocity, okay, as seen by A, that would be tangent negative 1 ng J over I. Okay? Which is in our case is equivalent to tangent negative 1 or inverse tangent of the J component, 31.82 over 28.18. And that would give us 48.47 degrees. Okay? So, nung habang gumagalaw siya, ang nakikita niyang direction ng ating train is 48.47 degrees. Okay? Now, let's solve this using components. Okay? Using scalar components. So, sabihin natin, the formula is that the velocity of the observed body is equivalent sa velocity ng observer plus the velocity of the observed particle with respect to the observer. Okay? So, this is your mother formula or the relationship. So, if we want to get the horizontal component of motion, again, second solution to, horizontal component, we have the same axis, we have the same condition of axis. Ngayon, isusulat naman natin siya in terms of component. Okay? So, the velocity of the train, sabihin natin x, is equivalent sa velocity ng ax plus the velocity of v with respect x. Yan. Yan. So, the velocity of train along x direction is equivalent to 60. Okay? And the velocity of A with on the x component is equivalent sa 45 cosine 45. And then we have the unknown velocity of B with respect to A component at x. Okay? So, this is your equation 1. Say 1. Okay? Or simplify pa natin, your BB over A, x, the horizontal component, is equivalent to 60 minus 45 cosine 45. And that would yield to an answer of 28.18. 28.18 miles per hour. Okay? So, let's talk about the vertical component. Okay? So, for the vertical component, our BTY now is equivalent to BAY plus the velocity of B with respect to a y component. Okay? So, walang motion or walang velocity yung ating train on the y direction. Therefore, we assume that we can say, not assume, we can say that BTY is equivalent to 0. The vertical component of motion of the velocity or the velocity rather of the train along y direction is equivalent to 0. And for the vehicle A, that would be 45 sine 45. Okay? If this is 45 degrees, so you know the SOHCAHTOA, okay? Plus the vertical component of the velocity of B with respect to A, right? And that would be equivalent. Negative 45 sine 45. Okay, that is one mistake yata na nagawa ko dito. This should be minus. Delete natin. Although, wala siyang magiging epekto kasi magiging squared siya dito sa plus negative. Ayan. Dito. So, the angle should be negative. Or we can say if that would be negative is something on this. If this is our horizontal, this is your negative 45 degrees. Okay. Alright. So, ituloy natin ito. And the the y component of the velocity of B with respect to A is equivalent to negative 45 sine 45, and that would be negative 31.82 miles per hour. This is miles per hour. Okay, so from there pala rather, nung nakuha mo na yung vertical and horizontal component, you can use this one. Pwede ka nang bumalik dito to solve for the values. Okay, so parehong solution, parehong tama, and will yield to the same answer. So for sample problem number 2, we have 3 sample problem for this topic. Okay, maiksi lang naman ito. So, sabi dito, plane A in figure 12-44A is flying along a straight line path. Okay? Whereas plane B is flying along a circular path having a radius of curvature of rho is equivalent to 400 kilometers. Determine the velocity and acceleration of B as measured by pilot A. So our job now is to determine the velocity and acceleration of B as measured by the pilot at A. So kung papansin nyo sa figure, meron na tayong binigay na velocity of A. Okay, velocity ng ating plane A. Okay, which is equivalent to 700 km per hour. Meron din siyang binigay na acceleration. Okay, the acceleration of plane A is 50 km per hour squared. For plane B naman, binigyan tayo ng velocity na 600 km per hour. And alam natin yung velocity na 600 km per hour na to kapag yung ating object is moving on a curved path. Okay, this is the tangential velocity. Wala tayong normal component of velocity. Okay, binigyan din tayo ng acceleration which is 100 km per hour squared, but this is negative or moving downward. Okay, so the radius of curvature is 400 kilometers and then the space between the two is 4 kilometers. Okay, so if the observer is A, yung ating translating axis will be written or will be put on our observer A. Okay, so the components now of the velocity B or the observation is based on this translating axis. Okay, so yan yung gagamitin nating axis to describe the motion of velocity B. Okay, so the formula for velocity again of the particle is equivalent to the velocity of observer plus the velocity of the particle as observed by the translating observer A. Okay, so the velocity of B, sulat natin. We can write this actually on vector form. Okay, so if we want to write this on vector form, again, this is your I component and J component. Okay, so at this point, nung nag-meet sila at this point, we can say na yung ating velocity na 600 km per hour for plane B is on the direction of Y or vertical. Okay, so if we write the motion of B on this point, that would be 600 km per hour J plus 0 I. This is the component or the vector component ng ating motion ng plane B at this point. Okay? And then for A, ganun din, we have 700 km per hour. This is also J plus 0 I because this is traveling on a straight path vertically. Okay? Plus yung unknown na velocity of B with respect to A. So, pwede na natin tanggalin yung mga 0 na yan. Mawawalan lang yan ng epekto. So, the velocity of B ngayon with respect to A is equivalent to negative 100 kph(j) plus 0 I. Okay? This is, and that would be negative 100 kilometers per hour or remove na natin to kasi may direction tayo downward, pababa. Okay? This is your velocity of B as observed by A. Puntahan naman natin yung acceleration. Okay? So, similar with acceleration, isusulat natin similar with the velocity, isusulat natin yung acceleration on vector form. Okay? So, para sa plane B, sulat muna natin yung ating formula. Okay? So, our AB, the acceleration of B, isulat natin in component. That would be 100. Okay? So, yung nilagay sa ating acceleration dito is on the J component lang. So, ito ay negative 100 J plus hindi natin alam. ABI component is equivalent to A, which is 700J plus 0I. Bakit 0I? Kasi wala pong horizontal component yung ating acceleration or walang component on J. Plus yung unknown na A over. Okay, so hindi natin alam ito, pero we all know that this is ABI is equivalent to the normal component of the velocity of B. and that is equivalent to b squared over rho. Okay? So, if we want to get the I component of the velocity of B, that is equivalent to B squared, which is 100 kph over the rho. Ano yung rho natin? The rho is equivalent to 400 kilometers. 400. Oy, velocity pala to, tangential velocity. Vt. So this is 600 and that is 600 over 400 squared. And that is 900 kph. kph squared. Okay, so pwede na natin kumpletuhin itong relationship natin. So we have negative 100j plus 900i is equivalent to 700j. Tanggalin na natin yung 0i plus aa with respect to b. So our aa now with respect to b in vector form is 900i minus 800j. Oops. Big mistake. 700 is velocity and not acceleration. This should only be may mali. Sorry, honest mistake. This is 50. We're talking about acceleration nga pala. So if we want to rewrite this, this would be 900i minus 150. Okay? So if we want to get the magnitude now becomes, so alam na natin yung formula for magnitude, sum of the squares, SRSS, is square root of the sum of the squares. SRSS, 900 squared plus 150 squared. That would be 912.414 kph. This is now the velocity of B rather. Ba't ba balik-baliktad yung denotation ko? With respect to A. AB over A. Same with here. Baliktad yung denotation ko. P as measured by AB over A. Okay? So, you can get the direction that would be arctangent of negative 150 over 900, and that is negative 9.46 degrees or 9.46 on this direction. Last sample problem number 3. Sabi dito, at the instant shown in figure 12-45A, cars A and B are traveling with speeds of 18 meters per second and 12 meters per second respectively. Respectively, this is your BA, and this is your BB. Okay? Also, at this instant, A has decreased its speed. A has a decrease in speed of 2 meters per second squared, and B has an increase of speed of 3 meters per second squared. Up 3 meters per second, but naka-square dito. Tama. Squared to. This is your acceleration of A, and this is now your acceleration of B. Okay? So, sabi dito, determine the velocity of the acceleration of B with respect to A. Velocity, ang hinahanap sa atin is BB over A, and then yung ating AB over A. Ito yung mga hinahanap sa atin. Okay? So, gagawa lang ako ng separate. So, our observer here is yung ating car A. Therefore, yung ating translating axis, x prime, y prime, is ilalagay natin sa A. And then, i-observe natin yung motion ng B using this translating axis. Okay? So, start tayo with the velocity. The velocity ngayon ni B is equivalent sa velocity ng A, which is our observer, plus the velocity of B with respect to A, which is yung unknown. So, sulat natin yung mga component or in vector form, yung mga velocities na to. VB, so ginigay tayo ng 12 meters per seconds na velocity and alam natin na yan ay yung tangential velocity. So, yan ay magiging VBJ, pangit pakinggan, bagyan na natin ng value, 12 meters per seconds. J. Okay? Oh, this is downward. So, negative 12 meters per second J. Is equivalent to BA. The component ngayon natin is the velocity is negative 18. Negative 18 meters per seconds. And then the angle is 60 degrees. So, that would be cosine 45. 60 rather. But 40. Cosine 60i. Okay? Plus negative 18 sine 60j. This is the vector components of our velocity at A plus yung ating unknown BB over A. Okay? So, BB over A now becomes transposition negative 12 meters per second J. And then we have here another J. Pagsamahin natin yung dalawang J. 18 sine 60 is equivalent to 9 over 3. Magiging positive. 9 square root of 3 meters per second J. And then we have 18 cosine 60. That is 9. Magiging positive upon transposition meters. Okay. So, in vector form, this is negative 12 plus 9 square root of 3. 3.588 meters per second J plus 9 meters per second I. This is the velocity of B as observed by A in vector form. So, kunin natin yung magnitude. We have SRSS. Square root of the sum of squares. Square root of the sum of squares. 3.588 squared plus 9 sum of squares. Yan yung tinatawag guys na SRSS. SRSS. Square root of the sum of squares. Now, BB over A now is equivalent to square root of 3.588 squared plus 9 squared, and that is 9.69 meters per second. Okay? For the component, for theta, that would be tangent negative 1 ng 3.588 over 9. And that is both positive naman, 21.74 degrees. Okay? Since both positive. Okay. So, kunin naman natin ngayon yung acceleration. Acceleration naman tayo. So, the relationship now is the acceleration on B, the particle being observed, is equivalent to the acceleration of the observer A plus the acceleration of the particle being observed with respect to the observer. Okay? So, our AB, so kung isusulat natin to in component form, we have 3 meters per second squared, pababa, negative, J, okay? Plus, hindi natin alam yung normal component I, okay? So, this acceleration right here, okay? Plus, the acceleration ngayon, but plus, nung ating A, okay? So, in component, that would be, the acceleration is positive, going in this direction, this is positive, 2 meters per second squared sine 60 J plus 2 meters 2 meters per second squared cosine 60 I. Okay, plus yung ating unknown na A, B over A. Okay, so hindi natin to alam. We have to find the normal component of the acceleration. AN is equivalent to BT squared over rho. And in our case, that would be 12 meters per second squared. 12 meters per second squared over 100 meters. And this will yield to an answer of 1.44 meters per second. Okay? Squared. So, substitute na natin dito. We have 3 meters per second squared J plus 1.44 meters per second. Oops, this should be negative on this direction. So, palitan natin ito ng negative. Lalagyan ko lang na lang ng negative dito. Okay? I. So, importante guys na yung ating mga direction is consistent. Okay? So, always remember that this is your positive axis. Okay? So, kung saan nakalocate or nakapoint yung mga Cartesian plane or yung mga axis, yun yung mga positive direction. Okay? So, para hindi tayo malito. We have 2 meters sine 60 square root of 3 meters per second J minus 2 cosine 60. We have 1 meter per second squared I plus AB over A. Okay? So, your AB over A now, pagsamahin natin yung like terms, unahin natin yung J. So, we have negative 3 meters per second squared J. And kapag ka ito is itin-transpose ko, this would be negative square root of 3 meters per second squared J plus the component I. We have negative 1.44 meters per second squared I. Pag ito itin-transpose ko, magiging positive. Bakit negative ito? Positive. This one is positive. Magiging negative 1 meter per second squared. Okay? Your AB over A now is equivalent to Negative 3 minus square root of 3. Negative 4.73 meter per second squared J. And we have negative 1.44 minus 1. Negative negative 2.44 meters per second squared J. Oops. Wala. Saan? Okay. So, kunin natin yung resultant. SRSS ulit tayo. Naghahang yung aking PC. Okay. SRSS. AB over A is equivalent to negative 4.73 squared plus negative 2.44 squared, which will give us an answer of squared plus 2.44 squared, 5.32 meters per second squared. This is now your acceleration. Okay, so that's it for this topic. Actually, maiksi lang talaga yung topic na to. Ito lang naman yung kailangan yung tandaan formula. Ito lang yung nadagdag sa atin sa ngayon. Okay? So, tandaan lang ito. So, recap tayo. Sample problem number 1. Ang nahanap lang sa atin dito is the velocity of the train relative to the automobile. So, we have this relationship as discussed kanina for the formulas. So, in vector form, this would be the vector or the component of the vectors 60i, since itong ating train is moving only on the I direction or the I axis. Okay? So, wala siyang component on Y or J or component J. So, kaya siya 60i. Okay? So, pwede mo naman ilagay dito 0J. Wala namang problema para hindi ka rin malito. Okay? So, for our car A, we have 45 miles per hour na velocity given by the problem. And then, if we want to find the component, that would be 6 cosine. That would be multiplied to the cosine 45 for the horizontal component I. Okay? And for the vertical component, that would be multiplied to sine 45 J. Si I and J, baka nalilito kayo, sir, ano si I and J? I and J denotes the direction. I and J denotes the direction. Okay? So, wala siyang value. Para lang siyang units. So, kung naaalala nyo sa inyong senior high, nung nag-algebra kayo, di ba pinagsasama-sama kasi natin yung mga like terms. Okay? So, naglalagay lang tayo ng I and J to denote the direction or the components ng ating mga values. Kasi kung ito ay hindi ko lalagyan, for example, tanggalin ko si I and J, magkakaroon na ako ng error. Okay? So, kung ayaw nyong gamitin si I and J, you can use the solution to which is you have to break this down on horizontal and vertical component. Okay? So, in problem number 2, hindi ako nag-breakdown into horizontal and vertical components. So, what I want you to do now is to try solving problem number 2 and problem number 3 using, okay, i-breakdown nyo naman into horizontal components. Although the answer will be the same, ang gagawin nyo lang is sa halip na I and J yung ilagay nyo dito, magkakaroon lang kayo ng dalawang equation for horizontal and the vertical components. So, siguro long white bond paper na lang and then submit na lang on Monday. Monday, meron pa kasi tayong dalawang topic na natitira. So, on Monday, i-discuss ko muna yung dalawa, tomorrow and probably tomorrow yung dalawa. And then, quiz tayo on Monday. So, that's it for today. Thank you for your time.